It's been a hell of a long time. Fucking same sheets and everything. Jeez. What happened at the cottage stayed at the cottage. That was the general rule. I could burn this fucking place down if I could. We'd come up here and drink, eat, shoot, pull. The part where it gets weird is Sunday morning, wake up and some guy's sucking your dick. Fucking half hour later, you take a shower. And a half hour after that, everybody who's up here, sometimes families included, are sitting around the living room up there, and Denny's sitting there saying mass. Because it was Sunday. So, you know, here this guy just got done violating you. And now he's going, body of Christ, body of Christ. It was fucked up beyond the point that you would, it was too screwed up to question. His bedroom was 20 feet right inside that door. I was just laying there and wishing it had stopped and wishing it wasn't happening, knowing that it was. You know, I was a fucking little kid. I was a kid and I needed some help. I'm done with it. No pill, no psychiatrist is ever gonna completely take it away. You see something, hear something, or do something, and all of a sudden you're thinking about the worst fucking thing that ever happened in your life. That even in my most intimate times with my wife, not a stitch of clothes on, somehow or another, Denny Gray either sprints or walks slowly through my head. And that so yeah, it's affected it in that respect, and that I don't think I've ever had sex with somebody that somehow or another the issue didn't flash or play on slow play.
Once I knew what happened, I noticed myself trying very hard to make sure that I was doing things so he knew, this is me, this is Wendy, your wife. You know, I have nails, so I would, you know, scrape his stomach or something where I don't know, maybe he wasn't even thinking about it, I don't know. Or maybe it was for my own benefit, just to get my mind someplace else, but just so he was not, neither of us was slipping there. But while I was doing that, I had all this stuff going through my mind, which sucked. So, unfortunately, it now, and I think I said that a few times when we were talking on my tape, this wasn't just now eating away at Tony's mind, it was eating away at my mind.
The first time I went to potty train my boy, the fact that it came into my head for a second, well, what do I do if this kid gets an erection? Because I'm trying to teach him how to aim, which is natural for a dad to do, that I was uncomfortable. And I was uncomfortable because of what happened to me. It invaded or stuck its fucking hand into one more part of my life. And a part of my life that it shouldn't have had to.
So when Tony got out of the Navy, he'd been home for probably 6 months, and he told me that he'd been abused by Dennis Gray. He didn't ask that I do anything. He asked me to tell his father, which I did.
How did his father react to the news?
It was a long time ago. Oh, no? What does Tony want to do? Does Tony want me to talk to him? What should we do? I guess on his part and my part, a lot of soul searching as to what we would do as parents. I remember John said to me, "What does Tony want to do?" And I said, "I don't want to do anything." "I don't believe." He said, does he want me to talk to him?" And I said, "I think you should let him come to you." So it just sort of got locked away, like a skeleton in the closet. His siblings were aware of it, told them. Nothing was ever done about it, and then when the whole thing started in Boston, Tony lost it.
Where news comes first. NBC 24 News at 6 starts now.
The scandal has ripped through the Catholic Church in Boston, St. Louis, and now Toledo, with allegations that priests sexually abused young parishioners. And today, Toledo's bishop issued a letter to parishioners telling them if you were abused by a member of the clergy or another church employee and have never reported it, you should come forward.
I remember when Tony came to me the first time and said, "I think that I need to talk to the bishop. I think that I need to tell somebody what happened to me. Somebody in the church." When he told me that, I was scared to death. I was scared because not only would he have to go through this, but I would have to go through this with him.
Six men claim Dennis Gray, a former Toledo priest, molested them during the 1980s. All of the men were students at Central Catholic High School, where Gray taught religion. Gray left the priesthood in 1987 and has worked in the Toledo public school system for 12 years, and he's currently a dean at Rogers High School. But Gray was put on administrative leave on Monday, and district officials say they didn't know about the accusations, despite Toledo's Catholic diocese records dating back to 1995 that state Gray admitted to child abuse.
Did you know Matt Simon?
Yes, I did.
How did you become acquainted with Matthew?
In my class. Basically, he'd stop in my office.
Your office is Central Catholic?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes.
I meet Dennis Gray basically first day of school. I'm in his religion class. I don't know if somebody talked to him and told him my situation, but said, "I understand you have some issues going on at home," and he goes, "I'll take care of you, don't worry."
He came to our school. He was recruiting altar boys, and I kind of hung back at the time, and he did whatever he could to make you feel wanted, welcomed, special.
He came over to our house in a black shirt with his collar, sat down, had a couple drinks with my mom and dad, was talking to him, and I was asked if I would like to go with him on like a weekend vacation to go fishing, do some water sports, do some swimming, meet some other kids my age, and try to give me a set of friends that were heading in the right direction instead of running around with the guys that I was who were getting in trouble.
He invited me to come up to the lake house. His family was up there. Every friends of his were up there, so it was a very family atmosphere, very much what I've been used to.
I went with a friend, and we all went up together, and I thought it was the greatest thing in the world, and we went sledding, and
there was a pool table, there was a huge deck, huge fireplace, and it was just all the things that were just kind of fun, and everybody was gathered around, and it was just a good camaraderie.
All of a sudden it became more of a party atmosphere where you could look forward to going up there and having fun. Now, we can play pool, we can drink some beer.